Up until yesterday, I took the view that what we did in the House of Commons representing our constituents was a noble endeavour because with centuries of forebears we defended the freedoms of the British people. Or we did, up until yesterday. This Sunday is the anniversary of Magna Carta, the document that guarantees, that's most fundamental of British freedoms, habeas corpus, the right not to be imprisoned by the state without charge or reason. But yesterday this House decided to allow the state to lock up potentially innocent citizens for up to 6 weeks without charge. But in truth, 42 days is just one, perhaps the most salient example of the insidious, surreptitious and relentless erosion of fundamental British freedoms. Now, we will have shortly the most intrusive identity card system in the world, a CCTV camera for every 14 citizens, a DNA database bigger than any dictatorship has, with thousands of innocent children and a million innocent citizens on it. We've witnessed an assault on jury trials that bulwark against bad law and its arbitrary abuse by the state. Shortcuts with our justice system that make our system neither firm nor fair. And the creation of a database state, opening up our private lives to the prying eyes of official snoopers and exposing our personal data to careless civil servants and criminal hackers. The state has security powers to clamp down on peaceful protest and so-called hate laws that stifle legitimate debate, whilst those who incite violence get off scot-free. This cannot go on. It must be stopped. And for that reason, today I feel it's incumbent on me to take a stand. I will be resigning my membership of this House, and I intend to force a by-election in Halter, Price and Hound. Now, I'll not fight it on the government's general record. There's no point repeating Crewe and Nantwich. I won't fight it on my personal record. I am just a piece in this great chess game. I will fight it. I will argue this by-election against the slow strangulation of fundamental British freedoms by this government.
I didn't like his view about 42 days, but I cared even less for his view that in some way we are living in a controlled state. This is rubbish. Personally, I am very grateful that there is CCTV around everywhere, and I'd like more of it. Most of us are not bad guys. We have nothing to fear. His issue about ID cards, I don't really buy that. I don't know about you. I'd get my wallet out. In fact, I tell you, I will get my wallet out and get out this licence, which I have to show to support a lot of transactions and a lot of proof of identity. I don't find that a threat, and that they are civil transactions, often connected with cash or some other kind of thing. I don't think there's a problem about the ID cards, and nor do I get a sense that there is a big brother state. There's a lot of this Orwellian issues going around. People are always talking about 1984 and all the rest of it. It's not like that at all. So if you're an honest person who haven't got bad thoughts in your heart, then there is nothing to fear from any of these changes. Well, there are probably about three things. A, I'd be hostile to David Davis's general sense that our country is somehow in the grip of some kind of security vice. Two, I would be demanding that we have the referendum for Europe, so I would be different from Labour on that side. And thirdly, I think probably most interestingly and most populist would be the sense that I'd be more consumer-facing. Right, well, the reality of this was that the Sun feel very aggravated. If you read their leader column today, they pour the most tremendous bucket load over David Davis. And they do not because they think he's being disingenuous and vaguely ridiculous about the way he's acted. And so they were looking, basically, for a candidate yesterday to stand. I meet Mr Murdoch at Rebecca...
In this election, if you stand?
I am the Sun candidate, if I stand. I'm not the Rupert Murdoch candidate, but Rupert Rupert is the driving force behind News Corporation, and News Corporation owns the Sun. So, you could carry on straight through that and say, well, Rupert, there's a God out there, therefore I'm God's candidate. No, in truth, I am the Sun's candidate.